What's going on, guys? I am Jaye Black. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. I've spoken about this PJ Washington and Brittany Renner situation all the way back to when I did my initial video of their breakup, or the seemingly breakup that had not been public but became public soon after that. There were already signs that this relationship wasn't going to work, especially after Brittany Renner had their kid together. Now, I just want to speak about the rumors of the whole $200,000 a month. Let me just dispel that real quick. That is not true, people. That was a meme, okay? That was a meme that went viral. As of right now, she has not asked for anything, okay? That was a meme on social media due to, I guess, what's going on with other athletes or entertainers who have to pay a lot of child support or spousal support. And I think that meme went viral and people actually bought into it. I don't think as of now she's seeking $200,000 a month. She would not be able to get anywhere near that based on his salary and net worth alone. She would not be able to get that. His assets, she would not be able to get that. Doesn't mean that she's not going to try, though. Now, I want to speak on something that is really sad that I see in a lot of these situations with men who were dating a woman, they break up, and then she doesn't want him to see his kid. And one of the things I can appreciate about PJ Washington now is that he is trying to make sure that the narrative is that he wants to be a father, because the media will make it seem like he doesn't want to be in the child's life and he doesn't want to be there. That's how women spin things. But I also have to be honest. He did this to himself. He is in his early 20s. This is a guy who I believe has been dating Brittany Renner since he was at Kentucky, or they started to talk to each other because she would go to his games. This chick would literally show up to his games in her Kentucky shirt and just to impress him. And yes, is the same one that wrote a book about all the men she had been with. And again, he saw all this and he still wiped her up because these guys think with the wrong head. They see Brittany Renner, they follow her on IG, they want to know what it's like to be with her. And he got caught in her web. Because I think one of the ways that Brittany Renner was able to get him is she tried to convince him that she had changed, that she was a new woman, that she wanted to settle down, she wanted to have a family. And because he's a bit young and naive, he believed it. Now he sees the truth. He sees that she just wanted a baby by an athlete. She made a video that went viral a few years back where she talked about how dumb athletes were, because that's her perception of y'all. See, in order for her to justify the amount of industry dizzick she's had, she tries to belittle these guys because she knows that without them, she would not have anything. Without them dating her, whining and dining her, she wouldn't have anything. She wouldn't have had a book to write. They could try to belittle these athletes all they want to, but if those guys never showed you any attention, you'd still be stuck in some small town somewhere where people only know you for your social media. If that, or whatever else you were doing before then, right? But let's get into this article and let's see why she's not allowing him to see his children, according to him. According to Bro Bible, PJ Washington public breakup with Brittany Renner is getting messier by the day. Last month, Washington accused Renner of faking their relationship after they broke up following the birth of their child. I believe they have been broke up for a little while. But again, she wants the perception to be that she's dating a baller, right? All these women want to be with an NBA player. They all want to sit courtside. They all want to be able to post about how they're in this celebrity relationship when they're really not. All this for cap. He was faking it all along. I actually did a video on this. I'll leave a link in the description box. You want to check it out yourself. It appears that a custody battle is brewing between the two now that the Charlotte Hornets star is posting sad messages on social media claiming that Renner is keeping him from seeing his son. As you can see the tweets here. Just want to see my son. Can't wait to see my son. See, this is where we at, people. And again, he wants the narrative to not be that he's a deadbeat dad. He doesn't want to be there. He's trying to make up for the mistake that he made in impregnating this female. PJ Washington made a mistake. And listen, we all make mistakes. We all do things in life that we want to regret. I think that he is going to live to regret this. And the regret is already there. You can tell. You can tell. All right. Renner hasn't responded to any of Washington's posts on social media. Of course she hasn't. But I think it's incredibly sad that this is where he's gotten to, that he has to get on social media and practically beg to see his son. But again, you have to be careful of who you impregnate. You have to be careful. You cannot be out here putting yourself in a situation where women can control your narrative, where they can have a child by you and take that child from you and not let you see them. That's what these women do. They have children by men, and then they think they can control that situation, when in reality, we can control the situation, one, by not impregnating these women, and second, by making sure that we let everybody know every single day how much we love our children. But see, I don't know what it is about this culture, man. We go towards toxicity. We go towards toxicity. We know that somebody's not good for us, and we get with them anyway. Now, I'm not saying that this is 100% what this is, but it's close to it. I'm pretty sure there were some people low-key that told him, maybe warned him, maybe the warning signs were there, and he didn't listen for whatever reason. But now he's in a situation where he's reaping what he has sown. He's with a female that's a mercenary. She is a mercenary female, man. Can't control no mercenary chick, man. And now he's seeing it. He's seeing what everybody else has seen. I'm pretty sure that he would have been like, you know what? Not my girl. She's changed. She's not like the rest of these women. She's not like how she was a few years ago. Bro, she used you to try to change her image. That's exactly what she had been doing. Let's look at some of these tweets. Y'all wifing up thoughts, Instagram models, and OF girls in a quest to show that y'all ain't insecure and that y'all are open-minded modern men, huh? And then turn into motivational speakers when shit hits the fan. You know, that's what it seems to, become at times. But I honestly think that we have to be real and say that, again, we have to be careful. You know what's funny? You got men who will shame other men for not having children, for not getting married, when really a lot of men aren't built for marriage and relationships, just like there are women who aren't built for that. I think that these women should stop holding their kids hostage away from the father, because it only screws up that child, because that man can move on, but that child will forever have to deal with the fact they never had those moments with the father. It's like with Jason Kidd. And I may do a video on Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd's son is trying to put him on blast for being a bad dad. But if you look at old photos of them when he was playing, he always had his son around him. And I think it has a lot to do with the women who are in charge of those children, who feed their children BS, just like with Dwight Howard's son. Dwight Howard's young son is on social media trying to expose his father as a bad father. It's because that woman that's raising them don't like him. Any woman with any common sense, any decency, will stop trying to turn her children against the father. But because these women are so toxic, and these women wonder why they're single and they can't get a man, it's because you're a toxic person. No matter how much you try to hide it, it always bubbles up to the surface, and you cannot hide who you are. You can't. If you're a toxic person, you're always going to be a toxic person, no matter what you say and do. You're always going to be exposed for who you truly are. Somebody said, file for custody. You might as well get all the drama, legal stuff over while he's young. The men in your life failed you, bro, but don't trip. You'll be okay. Your son is a blessing, and regardless, and just be there for him. Keep receipts, treat him precious, and he'll know his father. Spend $100,000 on an attorney to ask for a modification if you haven't already. If you haven't yet, Vista V. Somebody said, nah, the men in his family are great. If you're gonna give positive advice, don't shit on him first. Well, okay, let me just say this. You can have positive men in your life, but it is up to you to listen to them. And obviously, PJ Washington didn't listen to them. PJ Washington was thinking with the wrong head. And this is me being critical of him. You know, but again, he didn't have the right people that he cared to listen to. I'm pretty sure there are people who talked to PJ Washington, but PJ Washington didn't listen to them because PJ Washington wanted to do what he wanted to do. Again, he's an adult. He's a grown man. He can do what he wants to do. But I just think that him not being able to see his son, it just shows you how women use the children in order to get back at that man, in order to win some contest. And what's funny is that courts will award the women, the mothers, custody, and the women will do a horrible job of raising the children. And they be asking for full custody. Women should stop asking for full custody if they know that they cannot raise those children on their own. But the reason why they want full custody is, one, they want as much benefit from that as possible, whether it be from the government or from the baby's father. That's why they want primary custody. Most of the time, the grandmother's watching the children, not them. They're going out 3 days a week. Their mothers are raising the children primarily. When they're at work, when they ain't at work, they either at some club or at some dude's house. They're not even raising their own children. But the courts always give these women their children, give these women full custody of children that they can barely raise on their own, instead of working out a situation with the father. But they don't want the father in their life because they're too busy trying to win an argument, win the battle, instead of putting the children first. I think PJ Washington understands that now, but in this situation, he may have to go for full custody, or at least try to get joint custody, because Brittany Renner is one of those type of women that will definitely withhold those children in order to build another life with another man who isn't the father. She's one of those types. So